Tartarian City Research, a grand proposal for systematic study, open archives, and community discovery. Executive Vision. The Tartarian City Research Initiative, TCRI, is a global, open, interdisciplinary program dedicated to the rigorous study of anomalous architecture, infrastructure, and technological remnants commonly labeled online as Tartarian. Rather than asserting a lost empire or suppressed civilization, TCRI reframes Tartarian as a working label, a signal that something in the built environment, historical record, or technological lineage merits deeper investigation. Our mission: to transform scattered curiosity, viral speculation, and overlooked evidence into a credible research ecosystem, combining archival science, engineering analysis, archaeology, and public participation. 2. Why this initiative is needed. The problem statement. Across the world, researchers and citizens alike have noticed monumental 19th-century civic buildings with extraordinary precision, subsurface voids, tunnels, and hydraulic remnants with limited documentation, rooftop electrical and mechanical apparatus, misunderstood or misclassified standardized architectural patterns appearing across distant cities, persistent claims of lost technologies, giants, airships, and alternate energy currently. These observations live outside mainstream academic frameworks. Evidence is fragmented, poorly catalogued, or dismissed without examination. Online discourse mixes real anomalies with unsupported claims, reducing credibility. TCRI exists to resolve this gap, not by promoting belief, but by enabling structured inquiry. 3. Core objectives. Objective A: establish a credible research framework, create a disciplined methodology that separates observation from interpretation, distinguishes plausible engineering from speculation, applies reproducible tests and documentation standards. Objective B: build a living, open archive, host a digital repository of historic maps, plans, patents, catalogs, photographs, with provenance and metadata, renovation records and municipal documents, community submitted materials, curated and tiered. Objective C: conduct field-based investigations, deploy modern tools to reassess historical structures, LiDAR and AMP, photogrammetry, ground-penetrating radar, GPR, materials analysis, structural and systems modeling. Objective D: engage the public as researchers transform passive audiences into trained contributors, not content consumers. 4. Research pillars. Pillar I: architecture and AMP. Urban Form Comparative analysis of civic buildings across continents, measurement of tolerances, alignments, and construction methods, study of basement windows, elevation changes, and adaptive reuse. Pillar 2: infrastructure and AMP. Subsurface systems mapping of tunnels, service corridors, hydraulic networks, differentiation between drainage, transport, power, and ventilation, chronology of system replacement and abandonment. Pillar 3: energy and AMP. Mechanical systems, early electrical, electrostatic, and hydraulic technologies, rooftop apparatus classification, lighting, telegraphy, sensing, feasibility of modern low-power revival. Non-speculative. Pillar IV: cultural and AMP. Biological claims, critical review of giants, narratives and oversized architecture, documentation standards for biological claims, separation of folklore, hoax, pathology, and verified anthropology. Pillar V: aerospace and AMP. Anomalous transport reports. Historical analysis of airship waves, e.g., 1890s, archival newspaper mapping and pattern analysis, evaluation of hoax dynamics versus experimental technologies. 5. The TCRI Archive Platform. Archive structure. Tier 1: verified sources, primary documents, peer-reviewed studies, authenticated archives. Tier 2: field evidence, site photos, scans, measurements, materials reports. Tier 3: community submissions, observations, hypotheses, local records, clearly labeled, submission standards. Every entry includes location and AMP, date, source, provenance, description versus interpretation, clearly separated, confidence level, open peer commentary. This prevents myth amplification while preserving inquiry. 6. Community Participation Model TCRI is not a closed academic gate. Roles: observers. Submit photos, documents, site notes. Analysts, engineers, architects, historians reviewing data. Field teams, local volunteers trained in basic documentation. Curators, archive moderators ensuring standards. Training: short online modules. How to document a site, how to read historical plans, how to avoid confirmation bias. 7. Institutional and AMP. Ethical positioning. What TCRI is: checkmark evidence-driven, checkmark transparent, checkmark interdisciplinary, checkmark open to revision. What TCRI is: not a promoter of conspiracies, a debunking hit squad, an anti-science movement, a belief system. Ethical rule: extraordinary claims require extraordinary evidence, but questions themselves are not forbidden. 8. Outputs and AMP. Deliverables: annual State of the Built Anomalies Report, peer-reviewed white papers, public exhibitions and digital walkthroughs. Educational content for universities and trade schools. Design principles feeding future resilient cities. 9. Relevance to future city design. Insights from TCRI directly inform long-life architecture, 100 to 300-year horizons, visible, maintainable infrastructure, hydraulic and mechanical redundancy, distributed micro-power systems for sensors, craft mastery and guild-style stewardship. This connects historical inquiry to Earth-based and off-world settlement design. 10. Funding and AMP. Sustainability. Potential funding sources: research grants, architecture, heritage, resilience, philanthropic foundations, municipal partnerships, educational institutions, public memberships. Non-paywalled core data. No single sponsor controls conclusions. 11. Closing statement. The Tartarian City Research Initiative does not claim to reveal a lost empire. It proposes something more valuable: that modern civilization may have forgotten how to see, and that by looking carefully, together, we may recover not secrets, but competence, durability, and long-range thinking. TCRI invites scholars, engineers, citizens, and skeptics alike to participate in a shared act of discovery, where evidence leads, conclusions follow, and curiosity is treated as a civic virtue. Global Robotics Corporation. Robert Coley, Bob Coley at Outlook.com.